1, 2, 3, 4. Alive and well, I'm wide awake. Won't take your brand, I'm not your slave. You serve your God, Lord of the flies. I pity you when you meet mine. Lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes. Your bloody mouth unsatisfied. God sees the trap you set for me. He'll not be mocked, I will be free. We will not bend, we will not break. How dare you touch what God gave? We'll never give in, never give up, never back down, never surrender, never surrender. Make me behave. I won't march in your masked parade. Your hollow threats won't shut me up. I won't bow down, enough's enough. You say you'll give us what we need, as if you own the air we breathe. Stand up 100 million strong. Thought we'd lie down, well you thought wrong. We will not bend, we will. Make me behave. I won't march in your masked parade. Your hollow threats won't shut me up. I won't bow down, enough's enough. You say you'll give us what we need, as if you own the air we breathe. Stand up 100 million strong. Thought we'd lie down, well you thought wrong. We will not bend, we will not break. How dare you touch what God gave? We'll never give in, never give up, never back down, never surrender, never surrender. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, just keep going, keep on going. Jesus with me every step. Just keep going, keep on going. Walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Just keep going, keep on going. Jesus closer than my breath. Just keep going, keep on going. Alive and well, I'm wide awake. Won't take your brand, I'm not your slave. You serve your God, Lord of the flies. I pity you and you mean mine. Lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes. Your bloody mouth unsatisfied. God sees the trap you set for me. He'll not be mocked, I will be free. We will not bend, we will not break. How dare you touch what God gave? We'll never give in, never give up, never back down, never surrender, never surrender. Your fear will not make me behave. I won't march in your masked parade. Your hollow threats won't shut me up. I won't bow down, enough's enough. You say you'll give us what we need, as if you own the air we breathe. Stand up 100 million strong. Thought we'd lie down, well you thought wrong. We will not bend, we will not break. How dare you touch what God gave? We'll never give in, never give up, never back down, never surrender, never surrender. Oh, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Just keep going, keep on going. Jesus with me every step. Just keep going, keep on going. Walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Just keep going, keep on going. Jesus closer than my breath. Just keep going, keep on going. We will not bend, we will not break. How dare you touch what God gave? We'll never give in, never give up, never back down, never back down. We'll never give in, never give up, never back down, never surrender. I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Just keep going, keep on going. Jesus with me every step. Just keep going, keep on going. Walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Just keep going, keep on going. Jesus closer than my breath. Just keep going, keep on going.
Hey everyone, Christian here. Tonight, we're going to be doing a new thing. We're actually going to be putting a replay up that we videotaped. Gosh, that term must be dating me. None of this is on actually like video cassette tape. Everything's hard drive these days. But that we pre-recorded at the God Save America Festival back in Lisle. So I'm going to go ahead and run that tape right now. And if you want, please interact with that. Chat it up. Make sure you interact. Give us a like on Facebook if you're watching us on Facebook. Likes on or rumbles on Rumble. All that good stuff. That helps feed the algorithm, gets people tuned into what we're doing. And I really hope you enjoy this tonight. We're going to be playing Ben's interview with Kathleen Murray, who's running for Illinois State Senate in the 21st District. So I hope you enjoy this. Let me cue this up and run it right now. Off we go.
Give me a countdown. 3, 2, you're on. Hey folks, it's Ben Beerley with Rebuild Illinois. We're back again here at God Save America Fest in Lisle, Illinois at Base Camp. I'm here now with Kathleen Murray, who happens to be running for Senate in the 21st District here in Illinois. Kathleen, you're a business owner, and obviously you're politically active, so why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
In addition, oh, the door keeps opening.
Yeah.
We just get loud over here. It's all right.
My main job, I'm actually a CCO for a technology company, which stands for Chief Creative Officer. And I also am a small business owner. I own a restaurant and a food truck. So
How do you find time to do that? That's amazing.
You know, busy people like to stay busy and find ways to keep themselves busy. But
I was like that until I retired and became a bit disabled. So
sorry to hear
that. Hey, it happens. You know, God's got a plan for me. He's got a plan for you. So for me, it's slow down a little bit. For you, it's to keep burning at full speed here.
Yeah, it's been ramping up, especially with campaign season. So
how many things that you do? Is it?
So I am a
She's a CCO.
I'm a CCO, a Chief Creative Officer. So that's my 9 to 5, and then I own a food truck and a restaurant in downtown Wheaton, and I'm running for Senate.
All right. We love busy people because, it's almost a mantra. If you want something done, ask a busy person, because really they are the people who are going to get something done by hook or by crook. They figure a way, they get people involved, so it is really good to hear that. It's really good to hear that you are stepping into really the limelight stepping into the ring, politically speaking, which is hard because you're going to take a lot of hits.
Yeah,
I'm sure you have already.
I have already.
But you got to keep in the ring and keep going. So
yeah, I'm on a mission. I never had political aspirations. I have been very busy and happy with my corporate life and my small business life. I'm also a single mom too. So, but I felt that's really loud.
Now for on Sprockets, it's time to dance. Okay, go ahead. Single mom. How many kids you got?
I've got 2. My daughter is a sophomore at John Cabot University in Rome. She's overseas in Italy.
Oh, wow.
And my son is a sophomore at Montini Catholic High School. And so I'm busy also, of course, with my children, but I've been fed up with what's been going on the last few years with our current administration, And it's just been one thing after another that has, I can't tolerate it anymore, the direction of our state, of our country. And, the last 2 years with COVID, mask mandates, vaccine mandates, businesses shut down, people losing their jobs. Our school systems are already a mess. And
do you know, depending on which estimate you look at, we've lost as many as 30% of our small businesses in Illinois. Not because of COVID, but because of the reaction to COVID.
It's very, as a small business owner, it's sad. It's sad what has happened to small business owners and people losing their jobs. Especially the restaurant industry, that's an industry that I'm very familiar with. And, I have had trouble to open my restaurant, to find staff, to have a restaurant and my food truck operations. And so I'm having to balance both. That, people just, the industry took a hit. So it's sad. And so with COVID the last few years, and then the cost of living, inflation. The state is a mess.
Inflation. So that's a good question. Let me ask you, what's your sense? What is the cause of inflation? And if people don't know, we're experiencing record levels of inflation. Like, we haven't seen this, I think, since the 70s under the Carter administration, right? Yeah. Go figure. The Carter administration.
Yeah, it's the government spending. It's it's out of control. We've got inflation on the rise. We've got our taxes in Illinois are ridiculous. It's completely unaffordable to live here. People are struggling. Our dollars are already stretched as it is, and we're the highest. I think we're the highest tax state, the highest in tax burden in the country.
Yeah, it's the burden.
Overall.
So it's not strictly, and I know this. You and I have this connection where I ran for state senate in 2020. You're running now, so yeah, I looked at those figures too, and it's not it's not the absolute amount that's the highest. It's the burden, which means
Overall.
the amount versus the average income per household is the highest. That is where it's really at, and what's hurting us tax-wise is it's amazing. With a tax burden that high, you think we would have like the best schools?
We certainly don't.
The best roads, but do we?
Yeah, no, we don't. And where is that money going? And if you look at, you mentioned schools. Our children in schools are not proficient. They're not even at grade level in math, in reading, and writing, and it's a mess. And talking about school systems, look at what's happening in the school systems now. The schools are stepping into the role of parents and pushing their cultural and social agendas.
Moral moderator, which is traditionally that's the parents' job, in the church, really. So to see them do that, it's got a lot of parents, and not just conservative, but people across the board are really wondering, why are our schools getting involved in that? So
well, they're pushing an agenda, and it's just, and parents need to be empowered. During with the mask mandates at school, I was asked to speak on behalf of parents to go to school board meetings, and I was shocked at how, as a grown woman, I was treated by the school board. And it's just to think that children had to endure this pressure from the schools and to conform and abide. It's terrifying what's happening.
Yeah, I've heard some horror stories from public schools about how children were treated if they don't go along with the message. And that can be anything from, police, you need to demonstrate against police brutality and demonstrate for reducing police budgets. And if you don't, we're going to harass you. This is, I know this because I taught high school for 3 years, 2016 to 2019, and I got to hear back from the students who were still there at the time after I left. And what they told me was shocking to hear, that if they don't participate, they were looked down upon or even threatened at times with, well, if you don't do this, then there are going to be consequences.
Yeah, and I mean, there was not just by the administration, but also there was peer pressure from other students to comply. And then there's the other element that, you know, my son, for example, he did not want to wear a mask. He felt that, you know, his right was not to have to wear a mask at school. And even though I told him to stand up and make a statement by not wearing one, he said that, you know, he was going to be punished by the teachers on any teachers that have an objective, subjective versus objective. Those teachers that can, maybe an English teacher, for example, who can grade and punish him. You know, it's not a multiple choice test. So he said, I'm not going to risk college in my future by making a teacher not like me and that can punish me, you know, subjectively, and mark me down, and then my GPA is lower, and then I'm not going to be able to get into the college I want. I'm not going to have the job that I want from being at the right college. So he said, Mom, I'm going to make this decision not because, I'm a coward, but because I think the long-term consequences of me not following the rules is too much for me too much of a risk.
Isn't that amazing? Our kids are being put in a place where they're being forced to go along with the system, whether they agree with it or not, rather than learning about liberty and the values that made this country great. You know, I can tell you, I've been all around the world. I've been in Asia. I've been in Europe. I've been East Asia, West Asia, like I said, Europe. I somehow avoided Africa. I don't know how, but I can tell you from all the places that I've been around the world, there's no greater place than the United States, but we're doing, it seems, or at least our government is doing everything they can to make us look like the rest of the world, which there are people begging to get into this country and into the state that is the last thing that they want to see. They're running from the very things that our government is trying to instill in our public. Look at Venezuela. It's amazing. It's amazing to see all the people who are fleeing that, and our government isn't taking note that maybe this is a bad thing. So you said then that you just had enough.
Yeah, I never aspired to be a politician, but I feel compelled to run because I've had enough, and it's time for me to stand up and do something. We, like I said, the COVID issues, mask mandates, vaccine mandates, cost of living is out of control. Crime is the number one reason why I decided to run. There was a lot of things that I was very angry and frustrated about, but I was, on December 23rd, I was at Oakbrook Mall. I was 15 feet away from the shooter. I turned to take cover, anticipating a bullet in my back, and those moments changed my life. And I realized that God put me at that spot at that time because I needed that final push to actually say, okay, time for me to put my hat in the race. And
that was your catalyst moment.
Yeah, it was life altering, and I'm a super busy person. This is the last thing I needed to add to my plate, but I am on a mission, and I've lived in Illinois my whole life. I am, born and raised in Lombard. I bought my childhood home in Lombard that my father built. My children,
wow.
And I'm now and I'm raising my children in my childhood home. My daughter's in the bedroom that I had, and so I wanted to stay in Illinois, but I'm finding it more and more difficult to justify staying in the state because of all the reasons we talked about. The cost of living, the taxes are out of control, our school systems aren't good, and crime has trickled in from the failed policies of Chicago. I felt when I was at Oakbrook Mall.
Yeah, for those who don't know, you got Kim Foxx, who's the state's attorney up there, and the prosecutor, and she has essentially just said that certain crimes aren't even going to be prosecuted. We're not going to chase down those criminals. and it's honestly made things a lot more dangerous. So
criminals are emboldened. The
Sure.
the criminal justice system right now certainly in Chicago and soon to be in the state with the Safety Act on January 1st is emboldening criminals, and we're focused on focus on the criminal and not the victims of crime, and it's terrifying what's happening to the state. And so for me it was the right time to jump in, because I feel like Illinois is burning around me, and I need to I need to step up and do something, because I owe it to my children. My son wants to have the childhood home.
Yeah.
I thought before running, I'm going to move to Florida. I'm going to move to Texas. I'm going to move out of state, maybe out of the country, and and I'd have to surrender my childhood home. But
I think it's important, though, for you viewers out there, understand this, that if you keep running, sooner or later there's not going to be any place to run to. So I really got to tip my hat to you and say, it is not easy running for any political office, let alone state senate. But to know that you've decided to put your foot down and try to fight for the people, because like I said during my campaign, it's about we the people.
Yeah.
And we the people don't deserve what's happening to Illinois.
Yeah.
And, that's why we're here. That's why we listen to the Republican Jamboree events, why we attend here. And I assume that's why you came out tonight. So I just want to say thank you. Do you have a website or any way that people could reach out to you?
Yeah, it's www.electkathleenmurray.com.
Okay, that's electkathleenmurray.com, and that's Kathleen with a K. Okay, and
Murray with
and
two R's, A-Y.
Okay, there you go. So now you all know how to spell it. Make sure you go visit her site. And do you have a Facebook or anything else?
I do. That's also Elect Kathleen Murray for State Senate.
Okay, there you heard it. So Elect Kathleen Murray for State Senate on Facebook. Please take a look at her sites, and just keep in mind, running for any office is difficult, and what we've tried to tell people, repeatedly, is understand that it is up to you. Okay, as Reagan said, liberty is not something we inherit through the blood; it's something that we have to fight for every generation. And for you, that may mean at this point, hey, go to Kathleen's site. Donate just a little bit to her cause, support her, share her message, even volunteer a day, just to help pass out flyers or whatever, because we need more people like Kathleen in office, so we the people have a voice again here in Illinois. Kathleen, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Have a wonderful evening and great luck on your campaign. And folks, we'll see you again with the next interview here soon. Take care.
Thank you.
Hope you guys enjoyed that. That was just one of the interviews that we got. I think we got 6 different interviews. Sorry about that. 6 different interviews. Audio's been a bit of a problem for me lately. That we recorded. I think it was just last week on Saturday night. I do have another one queued up. I haven't checked where that one is at. I can see it just finished uploading. I am just kind of throwing this all together right now. But it is yet another amazing candidate. We're going to come in midstream on this because I forget where we started in the process here. I'm going to see if I can't jump in on this. I'm actually going to it's mid-interview. It ran really long, so I just wanted to cut it to another 15 minutes. So we didn't make this entire show go over an hour. So I'm just going to jump to that right now. This is, you know what? I'm just going to see if the intro has it. I think I have the subtitles on it. Here's yet another interview from the God Save America Fest from last week.
a representative earlier this year, which is why I even got into politics in the first place. I always wanted to run for mayor. I just did it because he asked me to and he felt like it would be a shoo-in. But halfway through the vetting process, when they got to my Facebook post, they said my Facebook posts were anti-Semitic. I said, but excuse me.
How can they be anti-Semitic if
Unless we read two different versions of the Bible, hair of bronze and skin of wool mean the same all over the place.
Right.
Yeah.
Beyond that, the New World Order is the New World Order. And if we got a mayor that's saying she wants Chicago obedient to the New World Order, and that came out in 2018, somebody got some damn explaining to do. It's insulting. It's insulting. Black, white, blue, or purple. You cannot for years call people conspiracy theorists. And then on the world stage, you can Google COVID in the New World Order, and it's called the Great Reset.
Yep.
My ninja. Where they do that at?
My ninja.
Hey,
don't use an N-word on our show. I'm done with that. This interview's over.
You are free to say ninja.
All right.
That is a colloquial term for athletes. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
My kids are ninjas. They're my ninjas.
Right. And you are now my ninja too.
That's right. All right, so I'm gonna start this interview.
Okay.
Because all this is like blackmail material right now.
No, you know what? Honestly, all of this is going to me on First Street. I hide nothing. I am the most transparent
I
politician
do the same thing. I'm the most
ever.
dangerous person on the internet. That's why I don't go on the internet.
I'm fine with it. I'm okay.
Oh, I know.
I've been through too much to be afraid now.
No,
Cancer, babies, head-on collision.
Well, I'll tell you what. The musicians here what they do is they set a bar of zero fear. That's the first time I've seen people say things.
Faith over fear.
Oh my God!
It's a slap in the face to God.
Because so many Christians are basically they know what their convictions are, but they're waiting for someone else to say it so they don't have to take the step.
If not now, then when? If not me,
Well,
then who?
Here's what I heard recently, and I've glommed onto this, so I'm not the originator of this idea, but we need to stop outsourcing our critical thinking. And what we do in our country and our culture, what we do in our culture is we want to find a radio station or a pastor or a talk show host to go, you know what, I agree with that person, I'm going to do whatever that person says.
Start recording.
It's been recording, yeah. Yeah, but what people are more comfortable doing is they want to subscribe to a school of thought, not critically think for themselves.
And the problem with that is going to be when the Messiah comes, who will you have to answer for you?
Yeshua
The radio show
HaMashiach
host cannot
comes
answer.
yet.
Say it again for the people in the back.
Yeshua
How
HaMashiach
will you
will
explain?
come back. And
Okay.
I don't know where you're at. I mean, my family and I mean, we're way off of script here. But
I'm Old Testament and New Testament.
well, we don't know where we are, if it's a pre-trib, mid-trib. It's definitely not a post-trib. I don't think God doesn't assign us that kind of
honestly,
wrath.
I think we're right at the cusp. I think we're in between pre-trib and Jacob's
Do
trouble.
you feel like there's a difficulty for you to like make a decision on? Because I think we've been studying this now for like 8 years. I've studied it for 8 years personally, and I'm just now getting to where my kids are old enough and they want me to like start describing the things that I've been studying.
This is so awesome.
And we don't know. It's like I'm not going to tell you which way I think. I think it's a pre-trib thing, but the mid-trib also makes sense.
I agree.
But I'm not going to. Right now we see through a glass darkly, as Scripture says, and we'll know face to face. We'll look back on this and run the tapes and go, yeah, that's how it was.
You
gonna
know
play
what?
out.
To be honest with you, the biggest thing I can say for the elect is it really wouldn't matter where we are in the trip.
So it's interesting. It's interesting that you have this viewpoint and you're running for office. It's like it's the same as I'm listening to these guys putting music and putting. I thought it was a little overly controversial. No, I'm serious, because you go to play something, you feel like is the music that Tyrone James is putting out, is it inflammatory? Does it actually is it a healing salve? Are we inciting people to anger, or are we the question is there enough empathy and love to say, look, we are not what the left has ascribed to us, which is hate mongers. That's not what's happening here. That's not what's
at all.
going on. I said, you want to see hate? Look at the Israeli-Palestine situation and how the left has embraced the Palestinian.
But that falls in line with biblical prophecy. You know
Oh no, I get it, but they'll embrace like, oh well, they'll take the pro-Palestinian position, right? And I'm not even against them, but I know that if they had their way, that they'd have Sharia law, and the people that were marching with them, they would. There isn't a description of hate more than, well, we think you should be dead. And there isn't a Christian who thinks that of anyone who has decided, I can't believe I'm putting this on tape or online. Hello, everybody. But there isn't a Christian that really wants ill will for anyone who's made a bad decision or a life decision about gender identity. We love all of them.
It's funny that you bring that up.
We want to inspire them, love them into making a changing or repenting. That's our goal, is repentance.
However, we do have to remember that Scripture says, seek me while I am near. We get a grace period to get it right, mercy in case we don't, but he says eventually my grace and mercy will abound, meaning it could be cut off at some point.
At some point, yeah, it's like we are in that if you want to go dispensational, which I am now pushing back from the dispensational theology.
So I say it's funny that you say that because I was conflicted with the so-called upcoming purge.
Yeah.
But then I'm reminded of the scripture where it talks about the wheat and the tares.
Yeah.
Do you really want to be stuck down here with the same people who got you into this mess? And I want to believe that everyone is redeemable. I want to believe that.
I'm going to shift this. I want to make an introduction here real quick so we have a cut point.
And it's getting a little cold.
I know. And this is the
I should have got my
slow-mo
hoodie.
hair.
I should have got my hoodie from the car, but it's okay.
Hold on.
Oh.
Because my teeth are chattering.
Oh, show the mayor of Magaville.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we saw the shirt before we cover it up.
Yes, let's see so I can see. Great. Yes, absolutely. Let me get over here so you can see.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, thank you.
all right. So, tell me again on your name, how I pronounce, because I want to make a proper introduction.
Montel Gaji.
Montel Gaji.
Mm-hmm.
Gaji. God, she's awesome. All right.
I'd like to.
That's your new slogan. God, she's awesome.
Thank you so much, Gaji, for change.
So I'm here with Montel Gaji. She is running for mayor as a. Oh, okay. You're gonna count me in?
Is my son still over here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He's having an argument on Fortnite. No, I'm just kidding. See?
Okay, he's good.
Welcome back to Rebuild Illinois. I'm Christian Sass. I'm sitting in for Ben. Ben was feeling of the time wear into his I think some of his aches and pains. So I wanted to sit down. So here I am. I'm here right now with Montel Gaji. She is running for mayor of Chicago. She wants to unseat Lori Lightfoot.
Yes, indeed, I do.
So welcome to our little table of goodness.
Thank you.
Tell me when you decided to do this.
I decided to run earlier this year. I saw the riots and I didn't like the trajectory that the city was going. And I cannot live in the city and not want to be a part of the city's issues. I genuinely believe in being the change I want to see.
Where do you live?
I live in Bronzeville.
Okay.
But I grew up in the South Shore area, the many mansions of South Shore. So I'm quite entangled with the well-being of my city, and I'm invested in the well-being of my city. And again, I believe in being the change I want to see.
Okay, cool. So you told me you wanted to, earlier we were talking, you said that you'd been wanting to run for mayor for a long time. How long has that been? What is
Since I was a kid.
That's awesome.
I've always envisioned being a leader in some sort, but I have to say that it's a team effort. Just because I decided to run for mayor does not mean that my city is not going to be behind me. I need my city behind me. We are all in this together. Black, white, blue, or purple, there is no color in freedom.
So how long ago again? You have to remind me that you've been running. What's the process been?
Okay, so I started earlier this year. I ran for state representative of the 5th District against Lamont Robinson.
How'd that go?
My signatures were rejected. However, it was a learning experience.
Yeah,
and I'm thankful for all of the doors and the windows that the Most High has opened for me.
Yeah.
I couldn't be more happier for this experience, honestly.
The first thing we ask people is when they're running for office is like, is this the first time you've run? Because everyone has that first experience.
Twice in 1 year. I'm a G.
Yeah, because there's so much that you learn in that first run. You actually end up going, okay, you go through the signature process. You find out just who is actually going to help you, who's not. That's the hardest lesson, isn't it? Because
Yes, it is.
you really find out who's your friends. I remember I actually I was just running as a delegate for Dr. Paul back in 2012,
Oh, wow.
and had to have all those stacks of signatures.
That was a cumbersome process, getting them all bounded and notarized and making sure they were in order, but it's worth it. It is worth it. When I get to see the freedom faces of my constituents in the city, all of it will be worth it. The blood, the sweat, and the tears, the sacrifice, all of it will be worth it when we can stand together and say we are free.
That'd be awesome.
Amazing, hand in hand.
So what's the first thing you would do if you got elected mayor?
Throw the biggest party Chicago's ever seen.
It's gonna be like Batman with Jack Nicholson.
No, I would
No, but-
love to see everybody come together in unison that night. I would love to see blacks, whites, browns holding hands, sharing food, loving on each other. That'd be the most beautiful picture you could ever paint.
You know, I thought I had seen that. I was there. I was working freelance with a friend of mine for. Actually, it wasn't even for CBS. It was for CNN. I was working with Don Lemon, believe it or not,
Oh, wow.
during the
I
election.
have to stop my crying.
Oh no, this is a big deal. So when Obama got elected, I was running audio, and I walked down Michigan Avenue, and I thought it's over. I did that. There's a picture of me walking down Michigan Avenue, like this whole race debate has been settled finally, and then it just cranked right back up, and it wasn't even from. It was from the Democratic side of the aisle. I was stunned, and so when you say that party, it's like I feel like I've seen a teaser of that party. I would take you up on that. But as far as policies go, what is the
Can we
biggest?
stop so I can wipe my face?
You could stop.
Can we stop really quickly? I just need to wipe my face. I'm crying. Do we have any tissue or any
Yeah.
napkins?
Do we have a
or anything?
napkin? Do I
Thank
make
you.
you cry?
No, I'm passionate when I
I'm
talk about my
passionate.
city. And I love what I'm doing.
There's nothing wrong with
This
that.
was just an amazing night.
Oh.
It was.
Well, I hope what you found is family.
And that's what I feel, and that's why I'm crying, because I was adopted. So, thank you.
Oh.
Of course. And my family does not agree with me doing this at all.
You know,
Out of all the things I could be
when they
doing,
find out that the people that are around you
Thank you.
are loving on you, they'll change your mind. You know what I mean? Because
but yeah,
I'm
this was just an epic night. This was just amazing. The opportunity to see one of I haven't been to a concert in almost 20 years. And I came out tonight to see my most favorite rappers. I've been banging No
You
Mask,
serious?
No Vax for a whole year before this.
Oh, then you need to interview them. We should make you the interviewer. Wouldn't that be awesome? This
Okay,
is
how's
the-
my makeup? Okay, I think we're okay.
One last tip before we get going.
Yeah.
If you're talking about something very serious, you can look at the camera, but if not, look at him.
Yeah, just it's a conversation between you and I. And
Okay.
same thing when you interview others, because
How is it running, y'all?
No.
Okay.
because you are now going to be, being the future mayor of Chicago.
I feel famous already. I feel famous already.
Oh, you are worth every minute of time to watch. You are why we do this. We look for opportunities to actually create community, and we are we develop these cards, right? For our, I don't have one with me. You got one of the rebuild cards. Anyway, the whole point is we try to build this card. It's yours. Ben has one too. Anyway, the other card that we have. Oh, you got one? On the ground. On the ground.
I didn't.
I'm
So on our
sorry,
cards,
I'm
if you ever
emotional.
find one of these laying around and someone didn't fill it out, we fill it out because what we want to do is have someone kind of put, like if I do this, fill it out as so. So that's me on Telegram, my personal Telegram account.
Okay.
So I'm telling people, join this group, and then I'm going to be the person that you can contact.
Perfect.
So we want people to connect. We want this type of thing, even if it's online. If we never get the chance to hang out on a regular basis because you're on the
It's gonna be something everywhere. This is going global.
Yeah. So what we want to do though is we want to make
my lip gloss. I'm listening to you.
Yeah. We want to. What are we doing?
No, when you talk, we'll get you framed all right, and then you're like, so. And then we get you all framed
My kids are running my camera that I normally
You
run
move
right
back
now.
like this, and you're like, well.
This is why I normally do these.
Oh, that's Ben's the man.
He's already upset with you. Yeah.
Holy.
Okay.
About 70 minutes.
Pobrecito,
Before
¿qué
they-
tú haces? You okay? Okay.
Oh, Forgiato. Would you like to interview Forgiato?
Yes.
Oh well, shit.
Come on, boo-boo.
I'm interrupting. I'm interrupting my interview with you.
So what do I ask them?
That's up to
Do
you.
you two both want to interview him?
No. We we can both do it.
Yeah.
I only got 2 mics.
Do it at the same time.
No, I got 2 mics. Yep. Forgiato, where'd you go?
He went in for a second.
So the interview obviously needs some editing, but it's a taste of kind of like the evening was kind of off the cuff. We're gonna try and probably do like a super edit, put that online on YouTube, put that on Facebook. But Montel Latoya Gaji, she's an amazing dynamic woman that I really hope gets all the signatures she needs. Look her up. Just Google that name. See if you can find her on Facebook. I've been looking for a Facebook page for her campaign. I don't know if I see a specific campaign page, but we will try to update that in our Telegram group. Let me pull this down. If I can throw the Telegram link up for you real quick, or you can just go to, if I send you to rebuildillinois.org, that's probably not the best way to do it. I'm looking for our Telegram. I think we have it here. Yeah, scrolling along the bottom of the screen here. In the link tree, that's that one right there. Follow that one. And here is our Telegram. Make sure to join that chat group. I'll make sure that if we can get links from her. I think she's still working on a site. She's still working on signatures. She's very grassroots on this. So we really loved our time with her. And I'm actually going to try and get another interview with her in person here in studio. So that will be coming up in hopefully the next couple of weeks. I'm trying to find excuses to have people back in. We are just finishing up resetting a lot of studio stuff. So that's a taste of what happened last October 9th. And I hope this like off the cuff replay version of Rebuild is acceptable. I'll be rewatching it myself. I think the volume levels were a little low, but we hope to have you guys back again next Sunday. I still have 3 or 4 more interviews to cut. We'll probably run those next Sunday as well. Ben and I are working on kind of reformulating how we're going to be doing a mixture of pre-recorded interviews as well as live interaction, and we want to actually build that interaction directly with Facebook because we are changing the platform that we stream with. It has kind of changed how we work within this system because the tool that we're developing on, the tool that we're streaming on, is in development, and hopefully like a lot of the requests that we've put in on the software end up getting passed on and pushed like to a priority status and gets set up. One of the primary things that we're really hoping that this platform nails down is Facebook chat integration. I know that they have it. I don't think it functions the way it should yet. And really, community is, like I just said earlier, like 5 minutes ago in that pre-recorded segment, is the most important thing to us. We really want to build community on this channel. And without that element, without seeing our Twitch chats, without seeing our YouTube chats and our Facebook chats all integrated like they did on our former platform, this is kind of it's limping at the moment. But with the pre-recorded stuff, hopefully we can bring value. We will be reposting an edit of those. We will bump those volumes up. We'll try and filter out some of the concert in the background. We did get an interview with one of the artists, which I said his name wrong in the interview as I'm listening to it. His name is Tyson James, an amazing guy. And we hope to have him back doing some live interaction Q&As as well, and want to try and foster a relationship. I know he does not live in Illinois. He lives out in Washington State, which, is not close, but, patriots are everywhere. I mean, we have patriots in Australia. So people who love freedom, basically. And we look forward to building more and more coalition with those who champion the causes of freedom, champion the causes of liberty, and make sure that we have states that we don't want to be refugees from. I want to be proud of our state again. So please do what you can. Find us on Telegram. Go to rebuildillinois.org. And subscribe. Tell people about what we're doing. And honestly, we hope we see you again next Sunday, where Ben will be back with me. Actually, I don't know. I think he's going to help me kind of like run the clip show, and we'll, this is an interesting way of doing it. We're still kind of feeling that out, but I'm sure we'll have him back next week, and we can figure out how we can all work together to rebuild Illinois. Until then, next week, guys, enjoy our outro. We will talk with you soon, and God bless you all. Stay free, stay safe.
Alive and well, I'm wide awake. Won't take your brand, I'm not your slave. You serve your God, Lord of the flies. I pity you and you mean mine. Lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes. Your bloody mouth unsatisfied. God sees the trap you set for me. He'll not be mocked, I will be free. We will not bend, we will not break. How dare you touch what God gave? We'll never give in, never give up, never back down, never surrender, never surrender. Your fear will not make me behave. I won't march in your masked parade. Your hollow threats won't shut me up. I won't bow down, enough's enough. You say you'll give us what we need, as if you own the air we breathe. Stand up 100 million strong. Thought we'd lie down, well you thought wrong. We will not bend, we will not break. How dare you touch what God gave? We'll never give in, never give up, never back down, never surrender, never surrender. Oh, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Just keep going, keep on going. Jesus with me every step. Just keep going, keep on going. Walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Just keep going, keep on going. Jesus closer than my breath. Just keep going, keep on going. We will not bend, we will not break. How dare you touch what God gave? We'll never give in, never give up, never back down,